don't know what happened there. My original feed started, was going well, and then just disappeared. So we're starting up again. Apologize for that. I have no idea what happened. Just kicked me out. But it looks like we're back on now. Having some trouble with the camera angle here. I had it set. I'm having some troubles here, folks. I don't know what's going on. That's going to have to be good enough. We're back up to 2 people. And I think I'm capturing all of it here. So we'll start again. See if this works. Sorry, folks, I had a feed going and it just dropped. We're back up and I'll do my preamble. This is your Team Colorado 19 is about to take on CT. I'm assuming that's Connecticut. The 4th game of this weekend. Currently 1-2 after a bit of a tough game against the number 9 ranked team in the country. That's the Shattuck number 2 team. The Shattuck number 1 team is actually ranked number 1 in the country. So that was a pretty sharp team that we played this morning, but we'll get a second crack at it here. I'm still trying to determine if we are white or dark. And so let's see. I think we must be dark. That did not look like a Team Colorado logo. So I think that we are in the blue. That's Team Colorado right there, going left to right. And the CT team, all I got was CT. So note to the manager, maybe a little more information on who we're playing, since I can't be sure exactly who. I'm assuming that's the Connecticut Polar Bears program. But if anyone knows, put it in the chat here on YouTube. we'll let everyone else know. But I'm pretty sure it's Connecticut of some sort. Not expecting any other changes. It's still missing 2 girls who did not make the trip. Charlie Hood is out. It's Milwaukee Junior Admirals, according to Coach Tatum, who must be watching on the side. I don't know why I have that wrong, but okay. We'll call it Milwaukee then. Thank you, Tatum. As I was saying, two girls still out, not on the trip this weekend. Charlie Hood, Emma Doyle. So sending good wishes to those 2. And here we go. We're going to get a lineup. This is not a great viewing spot on this NHL rink at the Centene Center. It's pretty far away. I will be squinting most of the night. Looks like Emma Nodella is going to do the honors at center ice, taking the draw with St. John Pupin, and I think that's Kiki Chan, far side. Kiki Chan digging for it, tries to get under the stick, and they bang away right away. Comes into the zone, that's Anna Caton. She goes to the wing, trying to chip forward by Rose St. John Pupin. A shot is blocked down, and Rose gets underneath the stick there. They play it up high. Rose challenges, little drop pass on the scissor, and there's another shot, and that's a save. And here comes TC. Anna Caton with it. She goes around the D. She's going to get to the net. Shot, pad, save. Nice drive up the ice by Bobby Orr, otherwise known as Anna Caton. They cut through the middle. They've got barn hockey here, end to end. There's a shot and a goal. First shot is in, and that is 72. That is Waugh. Shot and in, and it is 1-0 on the second shot of the game. I'm not sure how that happened. Let's see, Caton. End-to-end hockey, and it ended up bad for TC. First shift, second shot, and that'll bring out Lena Kelly with Jakuba and Aker. Kelly wins it sort of back, but it is a good job by the the Milwaukee girl to get under Aurora's stick, which we picked up by them, and they come in underneath. I think that's Milwaukee within the corner, pursued there by Ava Clark. Now it's gathered by the wing. That's Lena Kelly on her horse. Shovels it forward, tries to get around the player, bounces off the pad and into neutral zone. Swatted at by Jakuba. She gets it across for Aker. Aker has it on her stick. Kelly driving the net. Aker pushed off. Still against the boards. Jakuba coming in to help. Now Kelly coming down the defensive side of the puck. Watched by Riedlinger and Baker on D. Still in there. Finally free and behind the net. Comes on the stick of Kelly. Turn shot. Blocked down. Kelly still has it. She's knocked down from behind. And out comes Milwaukee. Ooh, player got dumped there and the arm is up. And I think there's going to be a call. And the TC player is looking very guilty. But what about me? The player just fell. But I think that is going to be a penalty on, I see an A or a C. I can't tell who that is. Sorry, folks, I could not see who that was. But we're shorthanded regardless. And I'm assuming that's going to be Gwen Ashak on the penalty kill, or Marcel. Looks more like Gwen Ashak. That was a spinorama. It's won by Milwaukee, but nice chip there by Marciello. That looks like her stride. She's going to the net. There's a hook, and they're calling. There's a shot, and that'll even things up as Marciello gives a little push at the end for good measure. And that was a nice skate up the ice by Marciello. Got a shot on net and drew the penalty. She's got her legs. She just outskated that girl to the puck. So very short power plays on both sides. That was just a few seconds. So this will be 4-on-4 for a minute here. Gwen Ashak's out there with a Caton. Not sure who the wingers are yet. It goes into the corner, and Milwaukee sends it around. No, it is Sherman. So it's Sherman and Ashak up front. Going back for it is Anna Caton. She tries to chip it up for Ashak. Marciello in to help. Changes directions, but the puck trails behind now. Finally, Lila Marciello has it. Still behind her own net. 1-0 here early. TC in blue.
I think Lena could be in the box.
Could be Lena Kelly in the box. We weren't sure. We saw a C or an A on the jersey. There's a good poke there by the D. That's probably Brooke Balo, and it is. That's a nice looking play. She poked the player down. Passed across to open ice. Let's see if Marciello can get there. She does. Leans forward. Oh, that. Now she's bumped off the puck, and Milwaukee has it. It could have been Aker coming in to help. TC dumps it back in. Play a single-digit player coming in hot. Comes to the line, kept in by Baker. And it's along the boards. 24. Oh, there's 8. That's Kelly was in the box, we think. It is. No, there's only 4 skaters. There's the player out of the box. It's 77 Aurora Hussey who was in the box. Stepped out. Brief power play here now for TC. And it's down behind the net. Comes to center. Live Barn doesn't know where the puck is. That is Aurora Hussey kind of jamming it, getting it out of the blue. It's still there though. And there's a lot of digging around going on there. That was Leah Baker making friends at the blue line. Ava Clark, I think, sends it around to the near side here. Live Barn can't find the puck. It's chipped deep, and there's Clark going in. Uses her body, pins off the player. In support is Aurora, 77. But Milwaukee comes up with it wide open in front. There's a shot and a miss. Holy cow. That was a bang-bang play. It's on the far side. Tried to be centered out, but it was picked off. Oh, came out offside. So we will get a change there. That was Chan and Nadello. They'll be joined now by St. John Pupin. So Nadello on the dot. Face-off is good hustle there by Rose to get it. Now Kiki Chan leads the rush. Sends it deep behind the net. Cut off by Rose St. John Poupin. Now it's along the boards. And that is, I'm thinking that, I'm not sure who it is. It goes across hard to Baylog. Baylog backhands it. Deep in. No forechecker there yet, but here they come. Comes up along the boards. Caton pinches. Covered by Rose St. John Poupin. And now it's far side. Baylog to it. Baylog tries to chase it. Rose St. John Poupin back to Baylog. Baylog on her stick, dances. Ooh, tried to leave it back for Nadello, but it was kicked away. I'm sorry, folks, my stand got moved. Comes out. The player took a lick right at center ice. Lindsay Aker now winding up. She tried to chip it to herself, and Kate Kelly was on her horse, but it's intercepted. The shot is blocked away. A lot of time for this player, looking for the player high slot. It is blocked down, nicely done. Could be Rose St. John Poupin. It gets a push for her trouble. And there's a play to the middle, it's tipped away. Now it's high in the slot again. Milwaukee content to dump it to the corner. Baylog. Caton now. Caton to Aker. Aker back to Caton. Caton dancing in her own zone. Trying to get some speed up the side. She does. She keeps on the rush. She's still got it on her stick. Now falls back to Aker. Looking back door is a chip opportunity by Jakuba that went wide. They keep it in. There's a shot by Aker right on net. Goalie makes that save. Bit of pressure here now by this line. Aker, Kelly underneath the stick there. That leaves an opening for Riedlinger. Long shot. Blocker save. Goes to the corner. And Milwaukee comes up with it. Milwaukee up the right-hand boards. Off of his player's stick there. Riedlinger does a pirouette to keep it going and shoves it through neutral zone. Opportunity here from the bench. Could be Gwen Ashak. I think her shot was blocked. It comes back to neutral zone. D-to-D pass a little too far. They chip it forward. It was Gwen Ashak. She's battling for it now, but here comes Milwaukee with it. Milwaukee player takes it wide. Leah Baker forces her outside. Going all the way around. Look at that high point. There's no winger there. The player's walking in. High shot. Knocked down. I don't know if Sid saw that till the very last moment. Now it's on the far side boards. Shoveled right up to the middle. We have a penalty coming to... Looks like it's going to be on Milwaukee as they touch the puck, which would be a power play for TC. I'm going to adjust my camera here a little. I think that's a better look. Refs are conferring. Maybe it was a too many players penalty. They're looking towards the benches. And it is a high stick. And it is against CT. Not to be confused with TC. I'm sorry. It's not CT. It's Milwaukee, we think. I don't know what's on the schedule. I don't have it in front of me. But power play here. On that side, it should be Lena Kelly taking the draw. And it is. That's Aker in front of the net. Sherman's probably got her back to us at the point. The other player is probably Hussey. Kelly tries to win it back, does. Comes up with the puck. She gives it back for Lila. Marciello. Marciello at the hash marks. Goes low to Lena for that quick bam-bam play. And Aker did get a stick on it, but missed the net. Goes to the corner. It's still in the corner. Kelly on her knees. She got hammered again. Seems to be a theme with that girl. Sherman laid it off back for Aurora. She's got some space looking for that back door pass to Marciello. A little too far for her, and she's pushed down. Coming in to help is Aker. Back up high to Aurora. Shot by Marciello, and it goes through the back door. I think Kelly had a whack at it. Just missed. To the side of the net. Now Kelly has it again. She tries to leave it off for Marciello. Kelly's down again. Marciello goes for a little trip, tries to leave the pass to the center of the slot. No one home, and they send it all the way down. So regroup here for TC. To Aker. Aker, that pass is behind the player. Oh! And who was that? Around 2 TC players did not have their heads up, and they're both down. That's Kelly, can't get up. That is Aker. I don't understand. She ran straight into her, did not have her head up, and both TC players are down. They blew the whistle. So that is our top 2 scorers, both running into each other. It's time to get on a flight and come home. That is not a good scene. I don't understand how they didn't have their head up and then ran into each other like that. That is insane. It's time to put our girls into golf. It's safer. So we're gonna have some new players out here. The refs are talking to the bench about something. Well, there's not much to talk about, except where to put the face-off, but they put it into the TC zone. I'm not sure who this is down low. It'll be a power play continuing here for, looks like about 30 seconds. Comes the lineup, that face-off draw, now out. They put it right back in. Ava Clark on her stick, leaves it off. Pass goes straight to the Milwaukee player, dumps it in. Caton back for it. So Nadella's out there with St. John Pupin and Chan. That's St. John Pupin, pulls it to her stick, chips it off the boards, looking for a pass up to Nadella. They're jammed up at the blue line. That is Chan, I think, jamming for it. Puck is now on the stick of Milwaukee. They pirouette at the red line. Nice tape-to-tape pass, player chips it in. Caton back for it. She'll get there first. Backhands it around looking for Clark. Too far for her. She'll stick with it. Clark falls. And they chip it out. Milwaukee has it. Milwaukee, live bar and feed, failing us a bit. They still have it to the outside. That's Sherman, I think, looking for it. Nice seam pass there. There's a shot that's blocked by a Caton. It's all the way down. It's going to be no icing. And first forechecker down there is Sherman. They leave it off. Nice little play there all the way across. Oh, boy. Caton, that was Baker's step forward, but player picked up with it anyway. There was a backhand shot that was a miss. Here comes the blue line. Milwaukee still with it. And that is Sherman jamming for it. Sherman gets it, dumps it in, goes for a change. Marciello will try to get in there on the forecheck. Comes all the way out. Looks like Riedlinger had it for a moment. Now Aker will pick it up in turn. Good to see her out. Aker up the left-hand side. Aker makes a move around one player. Has Kelly with her, so they're both back on the ice. Kelly takes the puck away, gives it to Aker. Aker uses her body, leaves a little space for Kelly. Kelly behind the net, may try the wrap, jams it in front. Aker shot, save, not sure where the puck went. That could have been Jakuba in front with a shot. It was. It's to the point. Long shot, knocked down. And here comes Milwaukee, taken away. I'm not sure. There could be a penalty coming here. Arm is up. Yep. And it is this time. That does look like. Oh, it's not Lena Kelly, I don't think. Or it could be Lena. Yeah. So the competition for the most penalties is tight between Brooke, Aurora, and Kelly. I'm not. The live bar and feed fuzzed out on us just as that penalty went down. But that's going to have penalty killers. I think that's Caton. Probably Ashak taking the draw. It is. She does a spinorama and backhands it out. That was a great looking play. What a face-off. All the way down. Pursuing is St. John Pupin. St. John Pupin gets behind the net. Disrupts the play, but Milwaukee comes out with it. They tip it to the middle. Caton's going to pound it back in. Everyone will tag up. That is directing traffic. That was, I think that's Rose St. John Pupin saying, you go get it, I'm out. That works. They come to the blue line and there's a whistle. Could be offside, not sure. Probably offside. It is. Ashak staying out there with Caton. St. John, is that St. John Poopin? Yeah, she's going to take the draw. Oh, they're changing it up. Nope, they're not changing it up. That is St. John Poopin on the draw. And she wins it with a foot. Rose St. John Poopin, get her done on the PK. It's all the way behind the net. Now Milwaukee has it through the neutral zone, over the red line, over the blue line. One player back to the middle. There's a trailer. Shot blocked there. Good defensive play. I think that was Baylog who got back in time for blocking that shot. It's a big scrum on the boards with under 30 seconds to go now in the PK. Team Colorado fires it hard, looking for St. John Poopin. She'll get it and fire it to the center ice. They've been out there the whole time so far, Ashak and St. John Poopin. Milwaukee's trying to regroup. That's past everyone. It should be an icing, and that's what you want. Offensive zone face-off. And it's going all the way back down. So we get some fresh penalty killers. Good job by that crew of 4. Ava Clark's coming out. And not sure who that is yet. It's Nadello. And Sherman. In this case, that's Captain Sherman in the blue. That was won by Nadello. Big pinch by Ava Clark required. Here comes the rush, though. Shot. Oh, and goalie looked behind her. It just missed the net. Up and over the corner. Still banging at it here on the near side. Player, good second effort there by... That's Kelly who did that. She must be out of the box. Kelly's now back beside the net, jamming at it. It's right on the goal, and there's a save. No motion from the officials. And that was right up against the blue paint. And Sid Waugh makes the save. So we're getting some changes here. I don't know. Officials are directing traffic on who's allowed out there. It looks like Kelly has to stay out. I don't know what they're doing. They're allowing one other player to come. Kelly's on the draw. Skips off. Is that a whistle? That's not a whistle. The draw is won by Milwaukee. They take it along the boards. Put it forward. Push to the outside. Goes to the point. Long shot. Turned away. And it's all the way out. And they're going to wave that no icing. Kelly putting her arms, elbows going, head down, trying to get there. Stops the rush one direction. They come back on the far side. Goes right to TC. Aurora has it. Aurora. Puck up in the netting. We'll get a whistle. So it looks like they're changing some of the players. Akers staying out there. Jakuba's staying out there. Aurora's going off. It's now Baker and Riedlinger, 44 and 45. They need a center. I think Lena went off, and nobody went out. Is that going to be Lena coming back, or is Gwen going to take this shift? That was Gwen. She won it. It's back. Baker has it. Up the side. Looking for Jakuba. Jakuba gets it deep. Actually, sorry, that was Aker getting it deep. Jakuba was on the forecheck. Riedlinger pinches on the point, but now Milwaukee has it. Aker keeps it from being cleared. And Gwen Ashak comes in support. Ashak looking in the middle as Riedlinger was stepping in from the point all alone. It's in the high slot. Jakuba tries to backhand it. Doesn't get through. Still have it in. Is Ashak leaving it off for Aker. Now Jakuba gets a stick on it behind the net. Milwaukee, nice little up pass there, but that's cut off by Riedlinger. And now Aker. Back to Riedlinger, has a shimmy to get around the forecheck. She'll take that long shot from outside the blue paint. Goalie had to make a save. Shots are 7-5 for TC, but it's 1-0 for Milwaukee. Milwaukee players tries to dance in the gray zone, gets it over the line, and pumps it deep. Waugh plays it. St. John Poopin sent it to the D. Looks for a bounce pass, but too far for everyone. Milwaukee player just about got her pocket picked by St. John Poopin. Now the player gets around Marciello, goes to the corner though. Not sure who the D is on that. Here comes TC. They dump it. That could be an icing. It is. So still 1-0 after the first shift of the game for Milwaukee. In the first period, I'm sure we'll see here how much time we have left. About 36 seconds left in the first period. Kelly's going to take this face-off. She's with Sherman and Marciello. So a little shift in lines here. Kelly kind of lost it, but get picked up there by a nice little shimmy move. And on her horse, it looks like that's Nadello actually out there. Nadello, very screwy lines, but we'll take it. It's a good rush up the ice by Nadello and Kelly. But now they have to pick it up. Nadella's got zip in her step. She's looking for Kelly, who's tipped. Kelly has to go back to her D. Turnaround move there by Aurora. And back up to the wing, to the middle. A little hot to handle though. And it comes back out. And that'll do it for the first period. We'll end that at 1-0. And if things go to form here, we will just have a quick break before we get back to it in the second period. All right, long break here. If you're not clearing the ice, not sure we need a long break. Let's go. Saturday night. It's all right for fighting, all right for hockey. You can see the two goalies are conferring. Livebarn's picking up another broadcaster's voice in the background, so it looks like the Milwaukee team has a dedicated AV team. Shots are 7-5 still in favor of Team Colorado. One of those shots was from nearly center ice as Lexi Riedlinger, the queen of the long bouncing shot, put one from there. Otherwise, it was Lena had a shot, Lila, Jakuba right in front, Keaton right in there on that long drive up the middle. Baker had one. A couple of blocks on Jakuba and Baker. So here we go, second period. Milwaukee ready to go. See Abigail Ketchel, 34, going into the box. 72 back in the crease. So Sidwa will stick around for that second period. I see a lot of letters here. There's Sherman. And I think they have put Kelly out there with Sherman. There's one backward, but stepping forward is, that was Hussey. Sherman's now battling for it with support. It is Kelly with her. And then Nadello on the wing. So I think we're trying new things here. See if we can get some offensive juice going. Here comes the player to the outside. Step forward is Hussey. She'll chip it a little too deep, but she'll stay with it. And now Sherman's in support. Comes out. Milwaukee will Make a nice little bounce pass, but it's picked up by, I think that's Kelly, who is covering for Hussey. She gets it back, all the way back. Clark tries back to Kelly, who's still playing D somehow. And that's a pass going back behind the net, looking for Sherman. Sherman looking for the outbound to Hussey, back to Sherman. Sherman on her own, right up the middle. Sherman, shot is wide. Comes right back out the other way. Nice pick up there by Ashak to steal it. She shovels it forward to Aker. Aker to the left wing, tries a shot, fanned on it. She had some trouble from behind. Ashak, though. Ashak leaves it back for Aker, and that was a nifty little play as Aker tried to come from behind the net, fanned on it, but got the pass across and a strong one-timer. Aker shot again. This one's blocked, and now they'll get it out. Lindsay Aker tried to be sneaky from behind the net. I think it went across over to Jakuba. Jakuba fired one and just missed the net. She went down on one knee for that, I think. Happened fast. Comes to the blue line. Kept in by, that's Riedlinger. Jakuba, centering right in front. Score by Gwen Ashak. Jakuba, the Gretzky play. We're all tied up, folks. Gwen Ashak getting her done. Beautiful pass from behind the net by Jakuba, who's tried that a few times after the keep by Riedlinger at the blue line. And we've got ourselves finally a tie game. So that credit the coaches here for trying to mix things up, get something happening, and that combo worked. Aker, Jakuba, and Gwen Ashak, the goal scorer, with her second of the tournament. I think that's Nadello out there with Chan. Chan's got her back to us. I'm assuming that's Shang-John Pooping on the far end. And here we go. It is Nadello. Puck's in the feet. Good job by the Milwaukee center to get it back. Goes all the way back. And they're in the corner. Stepping forward is Brooke Baylog. She's heading back there, and it's into the benches for a stoppage in play and a face-off at the blue line. So 1-1 as we begin the second period. Caton's out there with Baylog on D, 23-27. They'll do this at center ice. Emma Nadello pushes forward on it. It's still in the feet again. This time it's flipped free and was on the stick of Baylog, but they come back out with it. It goes behind the net. It's played by Waugh. Change of direction by Anna Caton. I think that's Baylog trying to get it out, but it's deflected back in right at the blue line. Caton, hard, looking for that tip out by Chan. Again, kept in by Milwaukee. Now Caton has it. She'll march forward. She chips it all the way down. Goalie goes to play it, so no icing. I think that would have been icing otherwise, but all of TC's going for a change. Brooke realizes that, says, I better stay out here. Here comes a player with speed. All the way down. Sherman had a stick in the gloves there. Comes behind. Nifty little move. Over to Sherman. Sherman to the middle. On the tape. Nadello leading the charge. Nadello, head of steam. Goes to the outside. Swept away. Sherman back for Nadello. Nadello tries to keep it around a player. It's challenged though, but she comes up with it on the board. It's down to Sherman. Sherman bumped heavily. Arm is up. She's going to draw a penalty. Could be a second one there as another Milwaukee player came in with a bit of gusto. Sherman is down, but I think they're just tied up. There's a pile in that corner. So full power play here for 1:30. And Sherman looks all right. She's staying out there. Looks like it's going to be Kelly, Nadello, Sherman. And Aker, Caton, and Aurora. Clean win back to Hussey. Hussey goes D to D across. That's Sherman back to Hussey. Hussey shot. Kelly in front, knocked down. It's sitting there, and there's a skate in the air and no goal. I literally saw a skate in the air. That's probably Kelly getting hammered in front. I saw a skate at head height and a cover. So it was originally knocked down. I saw that. A block shot, but then there was a whack at it. And it's coming, the faceoff's coming out of the zone. I guess, because we must have knocked the net off. I didn't see the net move. I don't know other rule that would make it come out of the zone, but anyway, Kelly's on the dot here. People are moving around. Aker, Caton's taking the right wing. Kelly uses her body to leave it for Aker. What a nice win. And she storms over the blue line into the zone, peels up, leaves it back. A little too far, but Hussey covers. Hussey fanned on it, but I think we've come up with it anyway. That is Sherman who fanned on it at the blue line, and that's out of the zone. Need some of that sticky wax on the tape. Aurora, Hussey looking to the outside. Cross pass was tipped off. Can't get these clean passes. Here we go. Somebody get in the zone. Sherman dingle dangles, gets it in. He's going to leave it back for Kelly. Kelly back to Sherman, and it is tipped and out. Can't be too much time left on this power play. Hussey looking back. Hussey has Kelly on the near side. She looks for that stick, finds it. Kelly back to the middle. It's behind everybody, and Milwaukee content to dump it right back in. Someone's coming up with speed here. It's probably Hussey. It is. Hussey jams through, stays with it, bounces off. She's still driving it forward. That's how you get it deep, folks. Back to Hussey. She tries to shovel it right to the front. It's a loose puck and coming off the point. Oh, an opportunity there, and she found out penalty's over. That was, I'm not sure. It could have been Caton. There's a shot and a save. I think that was Sherman who came in from the point. Fanned on. There was a big juicy puck sitting there. But I think the D got a piece of that shot. So we'll leave St. John Poopman out there with Chan and let's see the Riedlinger Baker combo in D. I'm not sure who the center is. Could be Marciello. I haven't seen Marciello out for a while. That was not Marciello, I don't think. There's the puck now. It could be Lila Marciello is playing center now. They really did scramble things up. They moved Modello from center. That is Marciello. She goes all the way down, chips it to herself. Around the D, tries to move to the middle, taken away. Hit Milwaukee with it, leaves it forward. Challenged by TC, and now it's all the way down. They're going to say no icing. Riedlinger, not on her horse, but she is on her horse occasionally. Comes to the middle, and it's taken away. TC trying to shovel it forward. I think they're leaving it off, but offside. Jakuba was held back and could not get to it. Fidela was trying to let her catch up to it, but she was interfered with as she came through the neutral zone. So yeah, got some different lines here. This one looks like it's Ashak. That's Baylog out there with Caton. The wingers are Aker and Jakuba. Win, looking for a win. Goes to the far side, picked up by Milwaukee. They try the cross-ice pass. Brooke Baylog steps forward and pins it off onto the boards. As Ashak trying to dig at it as well. Stepping forward now is Caton. And Akers pursuing. Jakuba is trying to cut off that pass. It goes all the way down. Could be a breakaway here, and there is. Shot, and a miss. Maybe a save by Wall. That blocker. We'll give her credit for that shot, as I do think she might have got a piece of that. But now it's in the high slot. A little dangled in the high slot. Player tries to play it back to the D. She gets it. Long shot and Statue of Liberty save. And that was an easy catch. It was a pop fly. Well done by Sid Waugh. We've actually practiced those. It's harder than it looks with that goalie glove, which is very rigid, as you can imagine. It's not anything like a baseball glove. So we'll get another face-off low. That's Kelly in her new look line. I think she's got Nadella with her. Kelly on the dot. It's loose, and it comes to the boards. Milwaukee gets it, and they still have it on the boards. Sherman's with her. Attacked by Baylog, and now behind the net. Kelly in pursuit. Kelly tries to pin the girl. Gets some help from Nadella, I think. Well, that was Ava Clark, 15. Ava Clark with it. High off the boards. Player, the D keeps it in though at the line. We'll try this again. Aurora, 77. Kelly in to help. She left it for Aurora. Clark comes behind the net to help. She dumps the girl, comes right out in front. Shot, saved by Sid. Wow. The player walked in all alone. And I think we're going to get a change. They're showing a penalty on the clock. I'm not sure what is going on with that clock from the score bug in the top left corner. Is completely wrong. There is no penalty that I'm aware of right now. I'm not sure who this is. I think it's Marciello who took that draw. Milwaukee has it. Pinned to the corner. And the player falls and trips their own player from behind. It's like bowling ball city down there. Now it comes around. It's past everybody. Not going to be icing for some reason. And there's a battle for it behind the net. Could be Sherman. I think Chan is out here with Sherman and Marciello. I think that's what the lineup is. There's an opportunity there. Crowd's getting restless over something. Long shot from Baker is blocked. Centering attempt by Marciello is blocked away. It's chipped in all the way down. Baker's going to try to shovel it to Riedlinger. She does. Riedlinger has it. Riedlinger goes to the middle. Nice up. Another nice little shovel forward there. Here comes the rush. Not sure who this is. Tried to play it to the middle. It's picked up there by Aker. There's a shot. No. Good save. Point blank by Lindsay Akers out there now. Another shot that's locked down. Baker keeps it in. Aker goes for the chase. Jakuba was on the far side, but the player cuts to the middle smartly and shovels it through neutral zone. Baylog's trying to get back. Centering opportunity to behind the Milwaukee player. That gives Aker the puck, and she just got hit, and the ref got a good view look at that. He's got the arm up. And I think that Lindsay Akers just drew another penalty for TC. Got to get that power play clicking. This is the fourth opportunity of the game. So Akers going to stay out there. I think Ashak's going to the bench. Jakuba's going to the bench. Kelly's coming out. 77 Hussey's out there. 23 Caton. And I'm assuming that's Sherman on the other point. So they'll let Lena take this on this side. And this power play unit better be a little crisper on this one. Let's see if we can get the passes moving around. They're waiting for the clock to get set up. Can't tell how much time is on left there. Yeah, Caton on the left wing, 23. She's a D, but she's playing kind of hash mark side there. And here's Kelly on the draw. Wins it cleanly back to Hussey. And back to Caton. She's found there's an opportunity. One-timer. Shot goes all the way across. I think it was way wide by Sherman. Hussey keeps it in. Over to Sherman. Sherman right back for Caton. Nice movement. Shot. It's up over. It missed the net, but that was point blank. Like to see it. Back to the point. Long shot is blocked as Hussey couldn't get it through. Comes back and thrown out of the zone. Hussey back for it. She's challenged heavily. Gonna need some help. Kelly comes in support. She wins the puck, gives it to Aker. Aker leads the charge up the left-hand side. Aker dangles. Inside, outside. Back drop for Caton. Caton peels off. Leaves it for Hussey. She's got someone off the bench just to shake that pressure. Sherman wide open. Oh, found on the shot. Comes to Aker up on the bumper position. And she's dumped before she can get rid of it. Kelly comes in to help. Kelly leaves it for Sherman, but it was chipped. Comes back to herself. No! Kelly was looking for the cross pass, and it's picked off. It was a breakaway opportunity. Waz got to come out to play. It does, and she shovels it aside. Long shot. Nice play by the player to put it back in the slot, but no one home. Now we go the other way. Fire wagon hockey. Sherman over the line. Sherman's going to leave it off for an Aker. Aker takes it to the outside on the backhand. Peels off. Back to the point. Shot. Blocked in front by Ashak. That comes all the way around on the near side with under a minute, I think. No, it's 5:37, I think, left. Hussey with it. In front. Gwen tries to get a stick on it. There's a save. So good power play action there. The girls did a nice job of moving the puck around. So we've got under 5 to go here. It's 1-1 still between Team Colorado in blue and St. Louis. Milwaukee. It's all the same to me. I wouldn't actually know where Milwaukee or St. Louis is. They didn't teach that in Alberta High School. Face-off is battled for. TC wins it. I think that's Nadella with it. Long shot by 44, Baker, but it was off by a mile, and now it's all the way back, and she scampers into her own zone, gets it, changes directions. It's Leah Baker looking for the winger. It's into trouble, though, and it still sits there on the boards. It's a Chan on the near side, 14. Oh, giveaway. It's a breakaway opportunity and a shot and a save by Sid, and it's swatted away at the last second by Leah Baker. Oh, my goodness. Another giveaway in her own zone. That coaches are going to pull their hair out if they have any left. It's to the slot. Good stick check there, though. It's both Chan and the other winger. I'm not sure who it is on the far side. Did a good job of coming in low in the slot to cover. Baker over to Riedlinger. Riedlinger sends it around. It's probably St. John Pupin, who is playing on the other side. Hard to see, especially that when that jersey gets bunched up. Opportunity here, a shot right from the slot through the D's legs. And a good save by Sydney Waugh. Pulled out by Riedlinger. She's going to dance forward with it. She'll lead the rush. She's got a winger. She's going to find that winger. The player follows an opening here for, I think that's Sherman. Sherman tries to just use a little deception on the player, but she just gets pinned into the boards. Good idea, though. And now it's behind the net, dug out. Not sure who dug it out. Oh, boy, I was going to say, that's the bad place for a drop passes. There's pressure coming. That was Hussey. She has to be careful. Hussey goes up for the long pass, chipped away. Clark backhands it along the near side boards to looking for Hussey. Hussey does get a nice play on the boards. Circling high. It looks like that's both Lena and Nadella. Here comes the rush, though. Hussey, nice block. Beautiful defensive play. Blair tries a bad angle shot. Goes off the side of the net as a miss. Here comes TC. Looking for Kelly, but too far for everyone. Everyone's going for a change, except for Hussey, stays out. Hussey picks up the puck, shovels it forward. Gathered by Aker, nifty stick handling there. Throws it towards the net. Goalie makes a pad save and sticks it aside. Into the near side corner is Aker looking for a crossing pass. Goes through everyone. Strong pinch there by Anna Caton. She deftly moved it to center, but last minute's chipped off her stick, and it's 1-on-3. Baylog does a nice little pirouette to keep her to the outside. It's thrown towards the net, though, and Sid Waugh forced to make the save and a cover. Losing my voice again. I don't know how the broadcasters do 18 innings. That is Aker out there. And some new players coming. I think they're changing a couple. Marciello's going to come out and take this draw. She wins it clean to the corner. I think that's Baylog. Sends it around to Caton. Sends it around to the far side wing. Comes all the way to the blue line. Pushed back in by Milwaukee. Milwaukee tries to go around behind the net and does. Milwaukee with it. Looking to go high. It's tipped there by the winger. That was Chan, I think. Chan's jersey is always up high. Can't see the 14. It's played on the far side to the middle. Player gets to it. Started there briefly. And now finally out by Marciello. Marciello flicks it to Chan. Chan backhands it forward. Milwaukee deftly grabs it, puts it across. That was a nice defensive play. Stick from behind. Marciello disrupts that play. Oh, and drops the player with a little bit of an extra hit. Marciello got away with one. That's interference. Chipped all the way down. I think that's St. John Pupin giving pursuit. They have to circle back. Comes to the middle. And it is shoveled out. Good back check. That's Lena. Came back to pick it up. She goes to the far side D and they zigzag with it. That's going to open some lanes. That's a nice pass, and Sherman has it. Kelly picks it up on the forehand and chips it to herself in the corner, trying to create some time. Everybody's catching up, and puck's taken away. Now TC returns the favor, but forcing a change of direction. Kelly gets on the forecheck with some support there from probably Sherman. Actually, Sherman's floating up high. I'm not sure who the other winger is. Probably Nadello. I think it's Nadello, Kelly, and Sherman, and they're both behind the net. Kelly, as usual, is on her rear. She gets a cross check in the back for good measure, so I suspect she was making friends. And we'll get a change, I suspect. Riedlinger and Baker going off, and the forwards are now changing as well. You can look at the clock there. There's 39 minutes and counting upward for some reason, but about 43 seconds. That's Gwen Ashak on the dot in our game. Ashak pursues it to the corner. Got 36 seconds left here in that. This is going to be an icing. Should be anyway. We're getting offensive zone. No, I waved it last second. Are you kidding? My gosh. Okay. Trying to get this game done on a Saturday night. Refs want to go home too. Under 20 seconds to go here. Ashak shovels it forward. Hussey stepped up, but that's going to leave a one-on-one here. Clark, nice move to poke that puck away. No chance. They come to the near side. Milwaukee picks it up, and the whistle and the buzzer goes. And I apologize, we've got some technical difficulties here as people are moving in the home office. So we'll get a scrape here as the girls go off. We'll take a 10-minute break and come back with the third period. It's still 1-1, Team Colorado with Milwaukee. And we'll have 12 shots or 12-13. TC one below. So we'll talk to you in a bit. All right, they got the Zamboni off the ice already. Blew the horn. Here come the players for the third period. 16-minute period. That is correct. 1-1. TC versus Milwaukee Junior Admirals. I think in our previous game against Milwaukee, we lost 3-1. So hopefully we can turn that around here in the third period and come up with a win, even the series for the year. Looks like we're still waiting on, the refs are there. Let's close the door. We're just looking for some players. So here they come down the hall. Well, TC's ready. Milwaukee's not. The ref's blowing the whistle. TC's not going to get much of a warm-up. I mean, Milwaukee's not going to get much of a warm-up as they're ready to go. And they're not even going to let the water dry. I can actually see the water on the ice right now. So maybe they're running late at the end of the night. They all want to get off the ice. But there's definitely pools of water still on the ice. Makes it tough to play. There's a spinorama by Acre. That's kind of impressive. Maybe she'll be a figure skater after this. If I spun like that, I would not be able to stand up. So finally, Milwaukee getting on the ice. The players are jumping on. Looks like the refs are going to let them do a quick skate. And we'll get things kicked off here right away. I think we got an early morning game tomorrow. I was just checking the schedule. For those of you who be ready, I guess we're going to start broadcasting at 8:10 a.m. Mountain Time. That one is against San Jose. And then everybody's heading home. Looks like pickup time at the airport is 3:30 p.m. Mountain. Just in case you want your teenager back. So TC ready to go. That is, I think, Acre and Jakuba and Caton and Balo. I think that could be Gwen in the middle. It is Gwen, number 11. Big shoulders to fill with number 11, good old Mark Messier. I think he's only got 5 or 6 cups. So Gwen Ashak wins it cleanly back. Caton flicks it across, looking for Acre. Acre shovels it forward. Under the stick was Gwen, but Milwaukee came up with it briefly. Now it's Acre, shot! Oh, goes over the top corner. I'm not sure that goalie got a piece of that. It had a lot on it. You could hear it going around the glass. So quick start there for this line. Acre tries to get in the way of that pass. I think Jakuba actually picked that off. Comes to the sideboard. A couple of TC players banging on it. Ashak trying to get to it. Held in, and then Balog dumps it all the way down. Well, Caton came all the way across in support of Balog to hold that in. She's speedy little D. Acre fights off the check, has the puck at the hash marks. Tries to throw it in front where Jakuba was causing some trouble, but it's kept away. Caton keeps it in. Acre leaves it off for Ashak. Ashak tries to make a little dangle, goes behind the net. Jakuba checks it in. Hard push there by Balog to try to pinch, and kept in at the line. Nice little move. That was Marciello, who's now on. Long shots on net, steered away. Now the rest of the team's going for a change. Marciello was the only one who'd been able to change with Ashak. Ava Clark gained the red line and got it deep. Milwaukee has it. Comes back to Ava Clark. She's on her stick. She throws it. Ooh, missed the net, but just about hit a girl in the head. Kept in the far side by Hussey. Takes it away. Cool, calm, collected. Oh, she had Ava Clark all alone, but Milwaukee grabs it, throws it all the way down. It's on net for a long shot. Steered away by Sidwa. Behind the net, nice little reverse move by Hussey. Tries to get it to the winger on the boards. She does, but comes right back in. The shot, and it was missed. Eva Clark was setting up the block. Now TC comes through the middle. Chipped in. Can't tell who that all is. Player just fell. I think Sherman, one of the TC players lost their stick there. Kelly's down. The stick is still there. Kelly now picks it up. Kelly gets hit from behind, right in front of the ref, falls, and gets back up. Comes up to the line. There's a shot by Sherman. It's right in the gut. Easy save. We'll get another face-off. So it looks like it is Sherman, Kelly, and Nadello. It's a new look line with Riedlinger and Baker. Kelly on the face-off dot for the draw. Wins it back. However, a good play by the winger to disrupt that play. Milwaukee still shoveling it down. Riedlinger has to go back behind her net. Riedlinger harder on the boards. And may get to the line. It's not out, but it's kept away. Nice little steal there. I think that is Kelly. Long shot. It was blocked. And it's behind the net. Almost squirts into the crease, but picked up by the defender, and they get out with it. Milwaukee to the red line. Nadello looking to cross all the way over to Baker, but it was intercepted. It was Riedlinger going to the far corner, picked up by not sure who. Tried to center it. I think it was Baker trying to center it. Goes off a skate and right back in. Riedlinger high off the glass, kept in. Riedlinger again to the winger, this time chipped around. Everyone's going for a change as Milwaukee has to go back for it. Still 1-1 here in the third. Tie game. Baylog intercepts that, pushes it forward to the red line, gets checked. Jakuba has to be careful with that arm. He's going to get an interference call. Riedlinger changes direction, sends it to Baylog, who's coming in to help. Baylog in the corner, plays it around to herself, but lost the handle, and there's going to be a shot here. Steered away by Sydney Waugh. Far side Aker, nice little pass in the middle. I think that's Ashak, but she's checked. The rush is picked up by someone else. Oh, someone's dumped from behind. Arm is up. And the TC player is still sagging on her stomach. That is Aker. And we're going to get our fifth power play opportunity. But to say the power play has been getting better and better as we go with all this practice. So Caden's coming out. Probably Hussey's going to be with her. Sherman, Kelly, and Aker. And that is right. Kelly will take the draw on the right side. She's looking back towards Anna Keaton, hoping for a quick one. Ooh, players fell. I think it fell on her head somehow. Milwaukee has it. Nice pickup here by Anna Keaton. And it leaves it back off for Sherman. Sherman's challenged though, and puck's taken away. Here comes Milwaukee. Good stick there by Hussey, but now another shorthanded opportunity here is a shot and a save. It's Sydney Waugh. And let's see what's going on. We're getting a full change on one side. There's somebody coming out here, TC. I'm not sure who it is. Kelly's going to take a draw again. Hopefully it doesn't land on her head. She wins it back. And it's hard around the boards. Nifty play there, but we got to get the puck moving out of the zone, not back in the zone, folks. Here we go. Nice out. Created some space. That's St. John Poupin. She's coming down the right-hand side. Jams it forward. I'd like to get her shooting from the right side. She's got a snapper. Kelly gets a stick on it to stop that out. St. John Poupin has it on her stick. Leaves it in front for Aker, but it was blocked away as she tried to get a stick on it. Pinching in. Hussey shovels it forward. Goes off of Aker. Goes to the far side. Caton with it. Caton down low. She's got another player with her. I think that is Kelly. Kelly behind the net. Looking for the backhand quick, and Aker was ready for the pass. Now it's Caton behind the net. Now it's Kelly with it. They're working it low. Kelly is going to chip it high to Hussey. Hussey needs to move it through. Tip. And it goes through everybody. It was a good opportunity, but no one could get a tip on. I think that's Aker behind the net now. She gets tied up, still in the corner with it. Now the Milwaukee player falls, but somehow gets the puck out. Milwaukee all the way down, and that may do it for most of the penalty. Yep, the girl came out of the box. It is 5-on-5. And that may be the difference today. Whoa, that's a big hit from behind. No call. I think TC girl tried to get out of the way, but ran into that player. A little chip around there by Marciello. Recognized that stride. Here comes his follow-up. Opportunity, shot, save. Picked up by Milwaukee. That had a lot on it also. I think that was... could have been 19 Nadello with that quick shot after the rush by Marciello. The lines are all over the place now. I have no idea who's taking shots these days. This is Marciello with Kiki Chan. It's Riedlinger and Baker. And there's another winger lined up on that side. Riedlinger throws it on net. It's blocked. That's Nadello getting double shifted. She's out there on two different lines. Kept in at the line by Baker. There's a shot and a save. And a little bit of offensive pressure here by this line. They're going to stay out there. I think coach is like, ride the momentum here. I think that was Kiki Chan with that shot. Wait for that player to turn around. It could be Marciello again on the dot. And Milwaukee comes up with it. Hemmed in on the boards, though. Nice little change of direction there by Nadello. And there's another penalty as there's a couple players on the ground. Chan's on the ground. Someone's getting a penalty. It could be Riedlinger, could be Chan. It's Riedlinger. And so we're going to go on the PK at the end of the game here. And let's see how much time is left. About, let's say 9 minutes, 14 seconds left here. Kelly's going to be on the face-off on this PK. Like her to win it, get a quick out, and that's exactly what they get. It's all the way down. Wouldn't be surprised if Kelly hits right off. That is Sherman causing pursuit. Kelly is out there, coming in deep. That TCD could be Baylog trying to stick handle down the low, and now Sherman goes in. Sherman has the puck. Sherman will leave it off for Caton. Caton cuts the middle. Ooh. Almost got cut down, kept in by Sherman. She'll backhand it all the way deep. Heck of a PK so far. Milwaukee unable to get out of the zone. They throw it forward. Oh my goodness, that was an opportunity there. Cutting across as Caton, his Baylog fanned on it. Almost had an opportunity. Go up the ice with it. Instead, almost a breakaway the other way. Kelly is hounding that player indeed. I think that's Sherman who steps. That's Caton who stepped forward on it. Now Milwaukee behind the net. Milwaukee with it, looking, searching. Goes to the far side, seam pass. Kelly was on it, and a nice save there by Sid. Shots are 17-16 for Milwaukee, still 1-1. Looks like there's about 45 seconds left in this penalty kill, so we're halfway through it. So Clark's coming out, and St. John Pupin, probably A-Shack on the dot if I had to guess. And she is... one into the corner, and we'll get it all the way down. Ticking away here. Don't mind the score bug in the top corner. It's completely wrong. Except for the score. It is 1-1. Nice play by Hussey to get a stick on it. She tries to keep that play to the outside and does. Ava Clark hounding the player, and that's going to be sent down by Milwaukee. And out of the box is Riedlinger. Goalie has to make a play on that. That's going to be a long shot. And I think that'll be go to the credit of Clark, who was hounding that player. So penalty is out over. Riedlinger's out of the box. We're seeing who's coming out now. Not a lot of energy on either team as they get on off. Very slow. That's St. John Pupin with Kelly. I think they're trying to set her up for the shot. Kelly's talking to her. She wins it straight through, but it missed St. John Pupin. She moved forward. Aker has it, though. Aker lost the handle, and it's all the way down. Anna Caton has to get there quick. She's got some heat on her. She gets to it first. Chips it along the boards. Picked up on the wing. Could be Baylog, I think. It probably was. And stepping in is Caton. Caton back to Kelly, who's covering for her. Kelly across to St. John Poopin. Gets the red line, fans on it. And support was Baylog. Kelly comes under the stick, gets it. She chips it around to herself. Chips it around again, gets it deep. She'll let St. John Poopin get in there first. St. John Poopin whacks at the stick, but player comes out after it. Good rush here, 3-on-2. Someone got to get back, cover a player. There's a whistle, and maybe that was offside. So, fresh set here. You can see that Akers going off. That looks like Marciello. And Chan. No idea who the other winger is. Looks like Clark and Hussey. Milwaukee got that face off, and they come in with it. Clark leaps to get her to the outside. Centering pass, goes to the slot, backhanded towards the goal. Sid makes a stop. Comes to the point. Right across the high slot. Now we're on the hash marks. Near side. Clark knocks it down, gets a stick on it, and that's Marcel looking for that lead pass. She's got it, looking for, I'm not sure who it is. Could have been Chan. I think it could be Chan. The player took the puck away, though, and it's coming out the other way. That was Chan looking for that lead pass. Uh-oh, here comes Milwaukee. Shot blocked by Clark. It just takes it away. What a beautiful defensive play there. And it's on that. Is that a shot? I'm trying to tap on the iPad here, folks. I do have shots of 19-17 for Milwaukee. Change things up. New crew coming out. See Ashak, Baker, Riedlinger, Nadello. Ashak will take it. I think that's Jakuba. It is on the wing. It's sitting in the feet. Heavy play by Nadello there. I think we're going to win that, though. We come up with it. Riedlinger to Jakuba. Jakuba trying to sweep it to the middle. Maybe needed to take a look. There's two players there on Ashak. Comes the middle. Ashak bumps into it. Oh, come on. That's incidental contact. Are you kidding me? You're going to call that a body check. I think that's Jakuba. No, it's Ashak. That was incidental. We're back on the PK. It's their fourth power play opportunity for Milwaukee, and we're going to now have to do what they did to us, kill a penalty. There's a group conferring. I'm not sure who it is. It's pretty far away. I'm thinking that could be Marciello taking this with Gwen in the box. It is won by Milwaukee, and that I think it's Kelly. Kelly and Sherman up front. They work the outside. Tie up. Sherman's on that side. Sherman allows the shot, and it's a save in the glove. So we'll do it again from the other side. They're changing it up, though. We're getting a couple new players. That's changing the D. It's Baylog and Keaton coming out. It's going to stay Sherman and Kelly up front. Baylog and Baker in the back. Kelly, this time, clean win. Gives it to Baylog. She fires it all the way down, and Sherman's leading the forecheck. Sherman, long strides, getting there. She's got something left after 4 games. Late night, Saturday night. Comes to the line. Left off. Oh, that was Sherman. That was Kelly trying to leave it off, and it was intercepted. Comes the other way. There's a shot and a save. It's Sydney Hua. So we're at still looks like 51 seconds left in the penalty. Under 5 to go in the third period. I think we've changed the forwards here. Face-off was Rose. Milwaukee's got it. But good job by TC to get it all the way down. There'll be no icings on these PKs. In hot pursuit. St. John Poopin to the corner. I think the other defender here on this PK. I can't tell who it is. TC has it. We're going to fire it all the way out. That should be offside. Oh, yeah, that was offside. So it's St. John Poupin and Gwen Ashak. They're changing it up now. It looks like Marciello on the dot. And Milwaukee takes it away. Marciello gets a stick on it. She's got to be careful leaning in like that. It got tangled up, but she looks okay. Penalty is over, and out comes, it was Nadello in the box. I might have had that wrong. And here we go. Shot blocked. In the feet, Nadello picks it up. It's a scrum in the corner with under 4 to go now. Still tie game, 1-1. It's behind the net. Milwaukee's got it. They center it, and wow, that was a quick little backhand there, I think. Just based on the way that Sydney had to make that save. And she's Johnny on in the spot. Bringing out Aker and St. John Poupin and Kelly and Baker and yeah, it's Kelly with St. John Poupin and Aker. They're changing things up. Kelly on the face-off, it's still sitting there, and everyone's feet shoveled to the corner, but Milwaukee gets there first. Milwaukee dancing with it. Oh, all alone in front. Luckily, it was tipped away last second. Comes to the middle. St. John Poupin is in her feet, lost the handle, and Milwaukee will take it away. St. John Poupin staying with it. Nice out by Milwaukee. It goes through everyone. Riedlinger's getting back. Kelly's getting back. Riedlinger just comes across, takes it away. Pass up the boards. Looks like St. John Poupin again. St. John Poupin lost the handle again at the blue line. Kelly coming in. She was covered on D. She'll let the real D pick it up and change directions. Now comes back to Kelly. She tries to send it across. It was tipped away, and player got hit for her trouble. It's behind the net. Good forecheck there by Milwaukee. Has to be kept to the side. Still bouncing around down there. Now Kelly saves the day, picks it up, gets it out to Aker. Aker through the middle. That's picked up by Milwaukee, who's coming back. We got to make a better look when we make those centering passes. It's Aker down low. Kelly in support. Comes to the near side. That is Baylog reaching. Kelly pins the girl. That gives Baylog a little space. She tries to get it out, but it was too easy. And oh my gosh, it was tipped. And it's in, and that was the goal. I don't understand how that clear got knocked down. I think that was tipped midair. But, wow, we had perfect control there and just couldn't get it out of the zone. 2-1. Heartbreaker. So, I don't know how much time is left on the clock. I'm guessing a couple minutes. So, need a quick one here. Ashak wins it back. Clark shoveled it forward, but it's intercepted. It was offside briefly. 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go. Hussey tries to go cross ice. Picked off. Hussey goes for the hit and runs into the boards on her shoulder, which was not smart. Jakuba tries to backhand it, no look to the middle. It goes through and all the way down. This is, I think, I'm not sure which D that was. Cuts to the middle. Oh, over the stick. That is Jakuba flying forward. Claire shakes her with a spin. And they come through the middle. Nice pass in there. It's picked up by Ashak. Ashak leaves it off. Challenge. Milwaukee disrupts it, kicks it in. 1:22 to go in the game. Coming with a head of steam down the right-hand side. I'm going to guess that's Nadello, and she's just rubbed up. No, it's Kelly who's just body checked, and the arm is up, and Kelly's slow to get up again. This will be our 6th power play, but that's what we want. Kelly again taking one for the team. I think there's going to be a timeout called here by TC. But with just over a minute to go and a power play, they'll probably pull the goalie. We'll have a 6-on-4. So there's a little bit of life left in this game. Just a heartbreaker goal at the end of the game. Can't believe it. So I still have 23 people here. I wonder how many people are having a drink on Saturday night. I think there's a few people ready to go to bed around here. If you haven't had enough hockey this weekend, my two teams are playing at 8 o'clock Mountain, Colorado, and Edmonton. Growing up in Edmonton, I was a big fan. Since I moved to Colorado, I always have to bet against my Edmonton-based family on every game, including belly flops off the boat in the summer. Luckily for me, the Avs have been pretty good over the last 10 years, so I haven't had to do any belly flops yet. So for those of you who want to watch a full 15 to 18 hours of hockey per weekend, this is your time. Yeah, that's a long time out, boy. These refs are letting it go. That's about a 2-minute-er. And maybe that is correct, that there's a minute 13 left in the game. I think occasionally that score bug is correct. So, as is predicted, 6 players out there. Kelly's going to take the face off. She's been winning most of them. She's going to try to get it back. We're still waiting for players to get into place, with 6 refs being particular on the drop. Here we go. Kelly wins it cleanly back, but it goes to the outside, and Caden couldn't pick it up. Regroup here. This is not the forte of TC. We need someone to drive this up the dots. And it goes to the outside instead. Hussey with it. I think it's Hussey based on just the ponytails. Hussey still with it. Leaves it off for Caden. Back to Hussey. They switch places. Hussey. Shot. Knocked down by Aker. Aker backhands it across to Kelly. She goes to Caden. Caden throws it hard. Missed the net. Goes to the far side. I'm not sure who that is. TC has it behind the net. Leaves off for Kelly. Kelly back to Caden. Across. Slap shot by Hussey, and is a glove save. So good puck movement, 6-on-4, resulting in that shot. All you can hope for is that type of movement. According to the score bug, we got 58 seconds. According to the wall, we got 27 seconds. Lena tries to win it. It goes finally back. I'm not sure who got that for. That is Caden with it. Caden across to Hussey, one-time slapper. Knocked down in front, backhander opportunity by Aker. Somebody's dumped. It comes to the line. There's a shot and a glove save, and that was a ripper. I think that was Caden who took that shot. No, that was Rose St. John pooping. That's what we're kind of hoping for, get our shooters firing it like that. Another face-up. We think there's 11 seconds left. Kelly tries to win it back. It is one back. We don't have much time. Hussey with it. Hussey dusts it off. Long shot in front. They bang away at it. It comes to the corner. Marcel plays it through the blue paint. Aker picks it up, and that'll do it. Aker threw that on net, and that'll do it. 2-1 loss. Heartbreaker at the end. And just too much to not enough. Too many mistakes, but better effort than... Whoa! Sorry about that, folks. Folks are moving around. I'll let this run a little longer just in case people are behind time. But I had shots at 23-19 for Milwaukee. As I said, 2-1. I'll give you some other stats here in a second. Ashak with the goal. And a 913 save percentage for Sidney Waugh. Not the goalie's fault. It's hard to win games when you only score 1 goal. Had our chances. And power play for sure. And I'll double check some of the stats here. Yeah, 6 power plays and nothing to show for it. A lot of good action, good movement at the puck though, so we like that. All right, with that, folks, I'm going to shut it down. As I said, tomorrow's game is 8:10 a.m. Mountain. Thanks for watching.